Hi everyone, welcome back. It's my Swedish Whiskey Girl. Today we are having a look at the Dalwhinnie Distillers edition. This is, of course, my little whiskey pouch that I get from my subscription to Whiskey Me. And I do have a referral code, so if anyone's curious to use that one, I'll pop it up on the screen because I can never remember it. But I'm really enjoying this little subscription. It's £8 a month and I get a little pouch of something. And yeah, it's quite interesting. I just love the idea that it's something that you don't really know what's going to be appears. This sits at 43% ABV. It's been finished in little Rosso casks. Dalwhinnie is a distillery located in the Highlands. You will often drive past it if you're driving from, for example, Edinburgh up to Speyside, and located close to a railway line. It is said to be one of the places or distilleries in Scotland that has like the coldest kind of temperature year round. I think the average annual temperature, let's say that again, the average temperature for a year is 6.6 degrees Celsius. And it's also one of the highest distilleries in Scotland. I think Bravall is like 2 meters taller, but it's one of them. And yes, it is also a distillery that has worm tubs, so it's known for having a bit of a meatier spirit that might need longer in a cask to kind of smoothen out a bit. My dad really likes Dalwhinnie, so that's the kind of connection I have to it. And it retails about £70, this one. And this is a non-age statement, and I believe, let's see if I can remember it, Dalwhinnie means plains of meeting in Gaelic. But let's have a little look on the nose. First thing I'm getting is this kind of pineapple sweetness, quite fruity and smooth, which is what I remember Dalwhinnie to be. But also has a bit of a murkiness, like a mossy murkiness, which is probably the sherry casks. And some cereal, like oats, oat porridge maybe. Yeah, a little bit moss, a little bit of that pineapple fruitiness, oats, and still quite sweet, I would say. Quite fruity sweet. So let's have a little taste, Sláinte. Quite spicy is the first impression. Like cinnamon and black pepper, probably. A little bit of that cereal note on the palate, but quite a soft cereal note. And the spice is the biggest texture in it, I'd say. Maybe it's a little bit of honey as well. I definitely think you can get this kind of meatiness in it. The spice is calming down now a little bit when I'm getting used to it, but the meatiness underneath makes it quite robust. And it's not like it has like a meat, like a ham character or something like that. It's just a little bit gritty in a way, but smooth gritty. Some Campbelltowns that I've tried have been gritty but like quite sharp, or I don't know if sharp's the right word, but it's a little bit more chewy probably. And this is still quite smooth, but that kind of gritty note in it. a woodiness in there as well. Even though the spice has calmed down, it's definitely there. And it kind of tingles on your tongue a little bit, but especially on the tip. The cereal note goes really well with the woody notes in it. And I wouldn't say it's overly sherried at all. It just has a touch of sherry notes that binds everything together. So I don't know how long this has been finished for, but I'm guessing it's just that finishing time is just binding the spirit together with a little bit of an Oloroso character without making it taste like sherry. If that makes sense, it's just adding a little bit of something else. It's like spicing your food. The food doesn't necessarily have to taste like that spice, but it just changes a little bit in the kind of structure of the balance of the flavors. The nose is still very sweet and tropical in a way, but then the palate is more spicy and a little bit more robust, but smooth robust. The spicy texture for sure is still there. And the wood, a little bit of grassiness now, especially on the finish, a little bit of that kind of bitter grassiness. A touch of that pineapple is still there, but I wouldn't say it's overly tropical or overly fruity either, but it definitely has a sweet touch to it. I don't really know what that sweetness is belonging to or how it's coming out. Probably like a fruit sweetness, but without the rest of the fruitiness. It's just kind of the fruit sugars. I think a lot of people might see this as quite classic in terms of what people are expecting when they try Scotch if they haven't tried that much. So it's that kind of woody note, it has a little bit of sweetness, might be too sweet for some people, and I think some people that want a little bit more body from their whiskey might like that spice and the character, not the gritty character of it, but still being very smooth, so it could see someone who might enjoy these flavours. That could be a good gateway whiskey. But yeah. Interesting. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you tried the Dalwhinnie Distillers edition? Have you tried any of the others? I think the winter one is the Winter's Gold. Is that what it's called? And then they have the 15 as well. So let me know in the comments what you think of Dalwhinnie. And of course, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you had, I'd be so happy if you'd leave a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already. I have some little kind of interviews, tastings coming up with some friends that work at distilleries. So I'll be looking to give some questions, or to get some questions from my patrons, and of course, as always, a massive thank you to my patrons for supporting me on my whiskey journey. But I will let you guys know if you have any, or I will ask you guys if you have any questions for these guests that are coming up soon from some smaller distilleries that people might not know so much about. So that's coming up, and of course if you want to support the channel, I'd be absolutely over the moon if you would consider using my affiliate links with either Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange, or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. But as always, I hope you're all having an absolutely lovely day. Sláinte Skål!